Hello, welcome back. I hope you're doing well too. I'm not a native English speaker. I became fluent in English by watching YouTube videos and practicing by myself. I always get comments like, I can understand you, but I cannot talk. So today I'm going to explain why you can understand English but cannot talk fluently or express yourself very well. I'm also going to explain how you can fix that. So let's get started. Hi guys, welcome to Sty Stories. For those who are new here, I can speak 4 languages: Japanese, Turkish, English, and German. Unlike the comments section might suggest, I'm not saying this to show off my language skills. I'm not a language genius. When I was learning German, I was crying every single day. How can I be a language genius? I'm just telling this to show that I literally went through the same path that you guys are currently following, and I want to share my experiences. There are people who can speak more than 20 languages. Why would I flex with only 4 languages? If I wanted to show off, I'd aim to speak more than 10 languages. Anyway, we all learn English in school, but even though we can understand English, most of us cannot really talk fluently. Even in public schools, most people from different countries get an English education for years and years, but we can't talk fluently. Don't you think there is a huge problem? At the beginning of my English journey, I was able to understand English when the conversation was very simple, but I wasn't really able to express myself or talk fluently. The first problem we have in our English or language education system is that the education itself is input-based. Many researchers have proven that input-based learning is not really effective. We should focus more on output-based learning. But before discussing that, let's first learn what input learning is. When we compare input-based learning and output-based learning, we see 2 different types of learning styles. Input-based learning includes listening and reading, while output-based learning includes talking and writing. In most language schools, learning is input-based. We always do readings and listening, but we don't do enough talking and writing. In my opinion, one of my all-time favorite books from a Japanese writer and psychiatrist, Kawasawa Shion, titled Input Encyclopedia and Output Encyclopedia, highlights this issue. He says that the golden ratio for input and output is 3:7. However, most of us do the opposite: 7 inputs and 3 outputs. We should be doing 3 inputs and 7 outputs, because no matter how much input you do, the important thing is the output. If you don't output the things you learned, you actually don't learn them. Many researchers support this, and I'll probably do. If you have ever watched my videos, you've probably watched my video talking about active methods in the form of stories, which is the most effective way to learn something. It's an output-based learning method. In active recall, you ask yourself questions and answer them, actively trying to recall the information. So now, let's talk about how you can do more output-based learning than input-based learning. When I was learning English by myself, I quickly realized that I was doing too much input-based learning. I learned English by watching multiple hours of YouTube videos in English. Quickly, I realized that I was doing too much input because I was always listening to YouTubers talking but wasn't practicing by myself. I had no one to practice with. So, after watching every single video, I summarized them in my own words and explained them to an imaginary friend. I know it sounds creepy, but it worked for me. There are better options, I promise. The reason this method worked is that you're actively trying to express it in your own words and checking if you understood the video. Even if you didn't understand the video, you can still use the vocabulary you learn to explain it, which helps in memorizing new words and using them in sentences. However, the problem with this method is that since you're talking to an imaginary friend, there is no one to correct your grammar, vocabulary, and pronunciation mistakes. For example, I still make grammar and pronunciation mistakes. You really need feedback to learn something because it's kind of impossible to pronounce every single word correctly from self-study. It's hard, but not impossible. Having someone to give feedback is the fastest way to learn any language, and the best feedback you can get is from native speakers. But where can you find native speakers? The answer is Busuu and Open Talk Buddy Talk. Busuu and Open Talk. Buddy Talk is an online language learning platform where you can talk to native speakers and get immediate feedback. However, I would like to clarify that this video is not sponsored by Busuu or the Open Talk app. I get a lot of comments saying I learn English by watching your videos. Okay, good. I am happy. It's my honor. But remember, to become fluent and experienced, you must practice. Therefore, you need to talk to native speakers. On Busuu and Open Talk, you can find real native speakers who will correct your grammar, vocabulary, and pronunciation, providing you with feedback to improve your language skills. Another great feature of Busuu is the vocabulary and grammar review. It's important to check your grammar and vocabulary because the more you repeat mistakes, the more likely you are to repeat them in the future. Once it becomes a habit, it's hard to change. For example, it took me months to change the pronunciation of some English words. Learning it correctly from the beginning is crucial, and these two apps can help you with that. Not only are there these two particular apps, but you can also find many others like them. In Dr. Kawasawa's book, he recommends a unique way to practice output, opening an Instagram account just for your output. After you watch, read, or hear anything in your target language, take a picture and post it on Instagram, writing something about it. This way, you're doing output. If you make it aesthetically pleasing, you can even make money. The main focus isn't making money, but it's a bonus. This channel is a great tool for me to practice output because I'm actively trying to express myself in English stories. It encourages me to learn and hear more English. If you've been watching my previous videos, you've probably noticed that your English might have improved. I used to spend hours filming a video, but now I can casually talk to people. I highly recommend opening an Instagram account. Opening an Instagram account is quicker and a great experience. You can see what you consumed over time by scrolling through your posts. The second problem we face is the lack of courage. If you're not fluent in English or any language, you might be scared that others will make fun of you. Unlike other YouTube videos, I'm not going to say that nobody will make fun of you. The reality is, yes, people might make fun of you. People will make fun of your accent, tell you it's bad or that it's annoying. The important thing is what you think about yourself. If you love your accent and accept it, it's totally fine. Don't care about what others say. It's easier said than done, but the more effort you put into your language skills, the more confident you'll become, and you'll start to not care about others' opinions. Remember, it's not your mother tongue, so of course you're going to make mistakes, and that's totally okay. There's no need to be a perfectionist. The more you strive for perfection, the longer it takes to actually do something. We're not perfect and will never be perfect, so don't be a perfectionist. The third factor is the fun factor. If you're learning a language and trying to speak it perfectly, you might forget to have fun. When I was learning English, I was motivated by trying to understand James Charles. As I started to understand his fast English, I was really happy. As you understand more, you become more comfortable with the language, and it's a great experience that brings joy. Even if you're learning for academic purposes, having fun helps motivate you. When I was learning German, I loved the language and culture, and now those days are good memories. Don't forget to have fun and enjoy the process. Once you become better, you'll look back and laugh at the struggles. That's it for today's video. Don't forget to practice output and not just input. If you loved this video, please share, like and comment, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Thank you for watching.